And the Quentin Tarantino hit From Dusk Till Dawn is probably the most fang-filled movie ever made. Now, being a fan of fear, I visited the special effects artists who created that legion of vampires. They showed me the secrets of how they gave birth to Hollywood's most memorable blood-sucking monsters and how to kill them. The hit film From Dusk Till Dawn features an outrageous blood-sucking barroom brawl in which dozens of vampires bite the dust. So how did they do it? The job was given to K&B Effects Group, one of Hollywood's hottest special effects shops.
Well, From Dusk Till Dawn was a pretty ambitious project from the get-go. And we had about, 50 guys working on the film. And we worked for about 6 months throughout pre-production and shooting. And we created, several hundred effects for the whole film.
Most of these effects involve fabricating an otherworldly army of blood-sucking vampires. So how did they shoot the film's many feeding scenes?
Kill me, Kate.
A length of surgical tubing is run up the actor's shirt, and a small opening is affixed to his neck. A syringe filled with fake blood is positioned out of frame. By carefully positioning the camera so the tube can't be seen, the vampire can convincingly feed off the victim.
So we use the same technique we used on the neck with the blood tube for various weapons as well.
How does that work?
Well, roll up your sleeve.
Okay, there's a big trust issue here.
Never trust an effects guy.
Oh, thanks a lot, Bob.
We have like a tube on this side that pumps out the blood when we make the cut.
It doesn't even hurt at all. One of the most grisly scenes in From Dusk Till Dawn was when the vampire tore off that guy's arm. How'd you do that?
So what we're doing here now is the guys are attaching a fiberglass plate with the stump on his shoulder, and then we'll attach an arm to that. We have what we call nurnies, or chunks of flesh, which are pieces of rubber.
Made of rubber, and you just paint them? How did you ever figure that this would look like guts?
It just rips like tendony chunks and stuff, so.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Gee, that feels good. Are you okay? This was a difficult gag to pull off. I had to time my action perfectly with the reaction of the actor and the blood being pumped in off camera. Now, Bob, there's one thing I do know about vampires. The best way to kill them, a stake through the heart.
What we have here is a dummy that is called through the table gag or through the floor gag, and we actually have a hole in the floor of the table, and we have a guy crawl up through here and strap into this fake dummy that's hollow in here and, ready for staking.
Now, obviously, Bob, it seems very authentic to have the real person at the top of the body, but how do you animate the bottom part of the body?
Well, actually, the legs are jointed, so we can move them up and down and puppeteer them. Well, it looks like they're just about ready. We can go ahead and stake this guy.
Can I stake him?
You sure can.
Bob ran a blood tube down my arm and attached it to a stake with special channels to release the blood. Okay.
So all you have to do is place it over the
stake in there and
spot
kill the vampire.
and get ready to cream him. And
Okay.
I'll be over here, though, because...
Where you going, Bob?
these are good clothes. I don't want to get bloody, so...
Bloody? Okay. Are you ready, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Horror movies may not be for everybody, but you've got to hand it to the crew from K&B. They managed to pack more vampire carnage into a single film than anyone has ever before.
From Dusk Till Dawn is an experience I'll never forget. It was always intended to be a small movie, and it kind of just blossomed into a bigger film, which is cool.
Now the film has blossomed into a franchise with not one, but 2 sequels. And much of the credit has to go to the folks at K&B, who poured 6 months of blood, sweat, and tears, mostly blood, into this monumental undertaking.
You.
I know. It was so much fun, though. I got to get out all my frustrations.
It's got to be weird, though, seeing the blood come out and everything.
It is, but since I saw them put it together with each stage, I knew I wasn't hurting anybody.
It was like working with her. That's it for tonight's show. Thanks for watching. Join us again when we answer the question everybody is asking.
And that would be, how'd they do that? Good night, everybody.
Have a nice dinner.